Hello everyone, this is Andrew from BF Media and welcome to my very first Lightroom tutorial. Today we are going to look at how can you make a seemingly boring picture like this one into a way more powerful one, a way more punchy, a way more contrasty like this one. How can you make something like this become something like this? Okay, before we go into the processing thing, I really want to tell you the story of this photograph, okay? Of how I got to this photo in the first place. Okay, first of all, I love to walk. I love long walks. I really enjoy them. So many times I do like to walk to my workplace. And on one way I can go there is going past this building. You see, this is the tower. Okay, this is the tower I photographed before I show you the photograph. This is the tower, this is the building I took a photo of. Here it is. See, it's the building, but it's just another perspective. Okay, how did I get? Okay, see, here is my city, and this is the building. Here is the building. Okay, so how did they get to this photograph? I was walking one day. I was going to work walking, and I just passed right here. And I saw the building, I looked up, I've seen the clouds, I've seen the tower. I said, I began thinking, went to work, came back from work, walked past it, had another look at the building, saw it, liked it, went home. The next day, the same thing. I went to work, I passed the building, had a look up, I saw the building, I already began to imagine how my shot would look like, how I liked my shot. I went to work, came back from work, had another look at the building. I said, okay, tomorrow I'll have my camera with me and I'll take a shot. The next day I brought my camera and this is the shot I took. I mean, actually this is the one shot that I like the most. Okay, but even this one, it's pretty boring. It's just some clouds, a little bit of blue sky, and a kind of old building looking like a prison tower, even if it's not a prison tower. Okay, but how did I really wanted to take this picture? Let me tell you, no. The picture I wanted to take was this one. When I was walking on the street, when I was walking on this street right here, I thought about this shot. Not about this shot. I knew I would get a boring shot like this one, but I also knew that I could make the boring shot like this one into this powerful shot. Okay, but how did I get here? Okay, let me show you actually basically my processing process. Okay, let me create a virtual copy at first. Well, where is the button? I can't see it right now. Create virtual copy. Okay. First of all, let's hit remove chromatic. Doesn't matter, just enable the profile correction. Go on the basic tab and convert it to black and white. We didn't do much because it's still boring. It's still very boring. Okay, but what have I done was just bring down the exposure. Something like something about minus 1.5. My 1.50. Why isn't it going? Okay, no problem. I'll just do it manually. Something like this. Okay, then just bump the contrast a little bit. Make it a little good, something like that. Then bring down the highlights. The shadows, just leave the shadows in place. Bring up the whites a little bit and bring down, not so much, bring down the black. the blacks. Actually, don't do anything with the blacks. I didn't do anything with the blacks. Let me see. I brought them to minus 18. Oh, okay, something like that. Bring some clarity, why not? Just, but do not overdo it. Even though it may look cool with a little bit overdoing, but something about plus 20, something about that should be fine. Okay, right now just have a look at those two pictures. You can see, you can already see that this is way better. Okay, with black and white photography, you can do some cool stuff with the white balance, because the only thing it affects is the brightness of the picture, not really the colors, because it's black and white. Actually, it affects the colors, but it can't be seen in black and white. If I went to color, look at how this will look. Well, it's kind of interesting, very moody, but it doesn't. But in black and white, I can choose a white balance that I like, and that I think would enhance my photo even more. Something like this. If you play with the tint, bringing it to the magenta makes the photo brighter. Bringing it to the red, to the greens, makes the photo a little bit darker. So let me see where we started. Something like this. Okay, let's see how it will look in color. Something like that. Okay, it's way better in black and white. Okay, these are just the basic adjustments, but the thing is, still, this doesn't look like this. What's the thing? What's the difference? Okay, what did they do here and not do there? Okay, let's see first. This is the tool I really love, the radial filter. And I'm gonna show you a technique I really love. This is the dodge and burn. Okay, let me see. What we want to do first is to just lighten this window. Let's just lighten this window. So if you hit the O key, you can see what the radial filter affects. The all what is red is affected by the filter. All that is not red is not affected. So we want to click the invert mask. And now we want to bring the feather up to 100. Hit O to get rid of that. And just let's bring up the exposure a little bit. Bring it a little bit more for you to see over there on YouTube. Okay? It did a pretty good job. This is without it, and this is with it. Just duplicate the radial filter and put it over this window. Okay. You can see this. Oh, this is already better, more expressive, more dynamic. You want to duplicate it once again and put it over this window, because we want to have the windows light up almost in every photograph. If it's architectural photography, you want to put some lights on the windows. Okay, this one not so lit like the other ones, but pretty lit. Okay, let's deactivate the filters. Okay, this is without the filters and this is with the filters. Okay, let's make some more filters. So something like this. Move it right there. Make it smaller. Invert the mask. Feather up to 100 and just lighten it a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit more just for you to see better. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this one and put it right over there. What can you do with this is you can also bump the clarity if you really want. I'm gonna do it just for the sake of the experiment. Just bump the clarity a little bit. Or can you even play with the shadows and highlights. Boost the clarity, something like that. It brings a little bit more detail into the building. Okay, let's duplicate this one and put it somewhere over here. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Something like that. Something like that works fine. Okay, not that big though. Not that big though. Okay, just let me reset the highlight and the shadows. Clarity, it's okay. Okay, just have a look before the radial filters and after the radial filter. Radial filters. You can see the building is already more dynamic. The photo is more dynamic. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna do with the radial filter is create a radial filter about this size. Not going to click invert mask, but I'm going to bring the exposure down. We're gonna make a custom vignette effect with this radial filter. Okay, something like that. You can see if you press the O button, the O key, just bring the feather a little bit down and make it even something like that. Oh, something like that. That's good. That's good. That's what we want. And you can also duplicate this one. Click invert mask and bring down the exposure just a little bit. Do not overdo it. Okay, this is without the radial filters and this is with the radial filters. Okay, let's click done. The next thing we're gonna do is take the adjustment brush tool. Okay, we want to do exactly the same thing but over just smaller parts. For example, let's dodge a little bit here. Just lighten a little bit this little part of the building. If you press O, you can see what we affected. And now just let us bring the exposure a little bit higher. Just bring up the exposure just a little bit, something like that, with it. Okay, let's make a new brush and brush somewhere over there, just something like that. Something like that. Okay, just make another new brush and paint here. Okay, let's see. This is without it and this is with it. Let's just for the sake of practice do one more somewhere around here, because we want to have the photo more dynamic. If you go to the full-on exposure, it brings pure white, and if you bring the exposure down a lot, it brings pure black in the photograph. So we want just a little bit of light, just to make it more dynamic, more eye-catching, if you want. Okay, let's see. This is without, this is with. It just is not much, and this is the secret. Okay, here on YouTube, here on this tutorial, I'm gonna overdo it just a little bit for you to see better. But if I was to make this, just think about this. Actually, this is even not the original photo I edited. Even this is overdone. This is not so much overdone, but do not overdo it. Don't go to something like that or something crazy like this. Okay, just you wanna stay. If you will come and look at the photograph in a few days, if you ask yourself the question, did I put a radial filter right there? Did I use the adjustment brush tool right there? If you ask yourself that question, okay, then you did a good job. If it's obvious that you use the radial filters or the adjustment brush tool, you overdid it. Okay, let's click done. It's okay. It's the last thing we want to do. It's have the graduated filter tool and press the shift key just to align it perfectly with the margin, with the edge, and we want to darken it. We want to bring down the exposure. We want to higher up the contrast. We want to bring down the highlights, bring up the shadow. Not really, but bring up the clarity, the sharpness. Not really. And let's see what it affects. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger. Something like that. This is without the graduated filter, and this is with the graduated filter. Okay. Let us see the before and after. This is the before picture, the very boring picture, and this is the after picture. It's so dramatic, it's punchy, it's powerful. No, because black and white photography, I really love black and white photography. It's powerful, it's abstract. That's the one word I would say it describes black and white photography the best. Abstract. Because it is abstract. And for the purpose of this tutorial was to show you how did I got this picture and what was my thought process about it. Okay? First thing first, think about the photograph. Just think about it beforehand, before taking the shot. Just imagine your shot before you're taking it. Then go and take the shot. Go home, bring it into your favorite photo editing software, play with it, and then share it with your friends. Share it with the people, because photography is not an art unless it is shared. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you find it useful for you. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. Okay, just edit the subscribe button if you really want to see more videos and want to support this channel. Okay, guys and girls. Okay, everyone. Have a nice day. See you next time.